Good morning, everybody. It's Dr. Hoskins at purechironow.com trying to get Facebook Live up and running. It has been such a weird week, one for the books. Um, I don't usually get political on social media. It's a big waste of time. Is a friend of mine in California says it's a bawfwad, big old freaking waste of time to get into any kind of political debate or discussion. And they never end up being discussions. They always end up being two sides expressing themselves fully with no intent of listening or giving in to the other side. And so I just don't usually comment on things. But I will say this, it's been one for the books this week politically. The impeachment process, whether you agree with the process or not, is definitely one for the books, first time. Only the third president to actually be impeached by the House in the history of the United States. One for each century now. So it's very interesting. What happens next is anyone's guess, because the game that these people are playing with our culture and our country and our lives is well, ridiculous. And then the other stuff that they're getting done. I mean, the NAFTA replacement. They've got the new budget to give our military a well-deserved, well-earned raise. All that stuff just getting done extremely quickly in the House and the Senate while all this circus is going on. But it's one for the book. Socially, this whole thing is, I think, waking people up. We have this misconception about the generations that are coming up now, the 20s and 30s and 40-year-olds. Those are us old people, 50s and above, have this preconceived notion that 20s and 30s don't have a clue what's going on. But I think they're getting woke up. They've dealt with us long enough to know our shenanigans and our ridiculousness, and they're handling it in their own way. And some of the stuff I've seen gives me a lot of hope. A lot of the stuff I've seen makes me wonder. But then I remember back when I was in college, and yeah, I don't know how we made it, but that's another story for another day. But socially, I think we're getting woke up. I think we're getting to a point where people are actually starting to ask questions rather than just assume things, and that's healthy. That's good. A lot of people are even questioning the standard in this country of just accepting the status quo on their health care and their mental health and their financial health and all the things that have been forced upon us, force-fed upon us in the systems that we're in are being questioned. And I think that's healthy, because if something is true and something's solid, it can stand a millennia or two of questioning and still survive. And a lot of the stuff that I hold true and stuff that I cling to has gone through that kind of a test. So it's been a week. It's been a week, one for the books. And this next week we celebrate Christmas. I don't believe that the birth of Christ actually happened in December. I understand the historical implications of Christianity when it was expanded around the globe, absorbing holidays from other cultures to just kind of make it a little bit more comfortable to fit in converts. We can talk about that whole process another day too. It's just a historical fact. But we still celebrate this time of year. I was talking to somebody the other day that Christmas is a holiday that we've created. It's not talked about as a holiday or a time of celebration in the Bible, like Passover or some of the other ones. So it's kind of interesting, but it's the biggest holiday we celebrate. Everybody gets excited about it. It's about family. It's about giving. It's about resetting and reviewing what's gone on the previous year. And that's what we do on a regular basis in our family. And I'm just so thankful for our family. But it's also a time that a lot of people start thinking about, oh, next year's coming right around the corner, like next week. What are we going to do? And they start setting these goals and these New Year's resolutions. And that is where we turn the conversation from things past to things coming up, and how do we want to go forward. And I really like that process of reviewing and reevaluating and then setting goals. That's how we make progress. And I like that. I really do like that. Yeah, and we all know a lot of that stuff never happens. But the good thing is we thought about it, we made plans, we made decisions. Um, and then we're human. We're going to fall short. We're going to fall off to the side. We're not going to follow through. But this may be the year. Doesn't mean you shouldn't try. Shouldn't try. If Roger Bannister never tried to break the 4 minute mile, nobody ever would have. If we as humans didn't try to shoot for the moon, we never would have got there. If the Palmers would have tried to press the system to change how people thought about their bodies and how it worked, we would have never had chiropractic. So, yeah, you might try and you might fail, but that's okay. Somebody says the tuition for success is the amount of failures you've had in your life. So if you never fail, you've never paid your tuition, you don't get that graduation certificate. Something to think about. I don't like failure. I hate failure. I really, really hate failure. The tiny failures that just absolutely eat away at me. The big failures destroy me, my self-esteem. Just all of these things. I understand that, but I also understand I am today who I am today because of the grace of God and Him seeing me through the failures that I've made by decisions I've made. So they're essential to life. It's part of stress. It's part of that adapting to what's going on that our body was built to do. And so, yeah, I turned it around to chiropractic. How about that? I started with politics, I went to social issues, went to New Year's resolutions, and here we are at chiropractic. How about that? Well, chiropractic is a philosophy of life. It's part of my total worldview. Chiropractic is a philosophy on how things work. It's a philosophy on how the body works, and part of the body is how we think and how we feel and how we adapt to our environment. And that's all mitigated and moderated and managed by the nerve system. And if that nervous system's confused, you can't do that. So, yeah, absolutely. It's got to be part of every conversation I have because it's part of every conversation I have. Anything we talk about is going to have an implication that involves chiropractic. That's why you need a chiropractor on your team. You need to be going to a chiropractor on a regular, ongoing basis. I highly recommend weekly until you get stabilized to a point where you're holding your adjustments and you're holding a subluxation free spine so that your nerve system is least confused. And then you work with your chiropractor on what the best next step is. Sometimes it takes a few adjustments to get to that point. Sometimes it takes a couple years. Depends on the crap you've gone through. Depends on what how you were built. Depends on uh, the grandparents you had. It depends on the childhood you had. It depends on all the stuff that's happened to you up to this point. But weekly is a good start, especially the people who think they're good. Weekly is a great start. That's what we do here at Pure Chiro Now. We take care of you and your family. We take care of you on a regular basis, ongoing basis. So we make it extremely convenient, make it extremely easy, extremely high quality, extremely dedicated, extremely focused, extremely precise. But we've taken away a lot of the hurdles on the patient side. We've taken away a lot of the hurdles on the doctor side so that we can have the most impactful time together. So you might only spend 10 or 15 minutes in the office, but that is a full 10 or 15 minutes in the office. It's not sitting in the waiting room for 12 or 13 minutes and then having a 30-second to 1 minute interaction with one of us and then uh, spending a 5 or 10 or 15 minutes trying to check out and pay your bill and then going on. It's a full time that you're here, that you interact with us. And we love that. That's why we set it up the way we have. And we love doing it this way. If that intrigues you, please go to purechironow.com. Set your appointment with one of the three of us, Morgan or Sam or I. Happy to take care of you. Happy to take care of your family. Our hours are expanding. We're changing. We've added Morgan this year. Looking forward to 2020. A lot of really cool things are coming up. So hang in there. I know this has been a little bit of a ramble today. I know it's a little bit of a, well, it wasn't clickbait because it's been a week. It's been a week for the books. I'm looking forward to what this weekend has in store and what next week has in store. Anyway, purechironow.com. Set your appointment with one of us. 864-715-2225. That rings to my cell phone, so you can get a hold of me if you have any questions or want to set an appointment with me directly. Love you guys. Take care. Have a great Christmas. Share what you've been blessed with those around you. Like Ivan Meisner from BNI says, giver's gain. Love you guys. Bye bye.